Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation continues from a-sabad-a-day, and the recitation is as follows. मैं गुण गल्लां के सिर पार, गल्ली गल्लां सिरजनहार, खाना पीना हसना बाद, जब लग हृदय न आवे याद, तो परवाह के ही क्या कीजै, जन्म जन्म किछ लीजी लीजै, रहाओ मन की मति मता गल मता, जो किछ बोलिए सब खतो खता, क्या मूल है कीचे अरदास, पाप पुण्य दोए साखी पास, जैसा तू करहे तैसा को होए, तुझ बिन दूजा नाही कोय, जेही तू मत दे तेही को पावै, तुद आपे भावै तिवै चलावै, राग रतन परिया परवार, तिस विच उपजै अमृत सार, नानक करते का एहो धन माल, जो जेको बूझै एहो विचार. The central message here is ताओ परवाह के ही क्या कीजै. तो परवाह के ही क्या कीजै. What should you be concerned with? Janam janam kich लीजी लीजे. So during your lifetime, accomplish that which is worthwhile. Liji, which is profitable in the spiritual sense of the word. That's the instruction. So from a Gurmat perspective, self-realization, Naam, alone is worthy of pursuit. Because the Guru says, look, the situation is that we, and he uses the first person, I, he says, main gun gallan ki sir par, galli gallan sirjanhar. The problem is that I'm burdened with words and thoughts. And unless jab lag hriday na aave yaad, khana peena hasna baad, unless one is self-aware or mindful, one's life comes to center around merely eating, drinking, and being merry. And that becomes a hindrance because it becomes addictive. So you have to remain mindful of what you're doing. So if you hope to realize the self by merely talking about it, galli gallan sirjanhar, then main gun gallan ke sir par, my words will become the burden that I carry. They become a load on your head. In other words, they're an obstruction. He speaks about man ki mati matagal mata. Matagal, usually translated as an elephant, but I think here the significance is that the mind's intellect or understanding by nature is conditioned. And matagal also means organized religion. So when our minds are organized and conditioned, they're elephant-like. What that really means is they're gross in the sense of not being able to discriminate between what is subtle and what is gross, meaning what is material and what is not material. And then whatever is said based on this false assumption that the mind has is incorrect. Jo kuch boliye, sab khato khata. So if your axiom is faulty, whatever that flows from it is going to be faulty. The Guru says you're already conditioned by ideas of paap pun dosa ki paas. Kya muh le kiche ardas? What face can you take to make a petition to correct things? Because the consequences of your choices are already present for us to see. They're with you. Again, there's a dual meaning here. With what face are you going to actually petition? Because you already carry this belief of sinning and non-sinning with you. Now, this passage is interesting, where it says, "Jaisa tu kare taisa ko hoye, tuj bin duja nahi koe, jehi tu mat dehe, tehi ko pave, tud ape pave, teve chalave." Most translations have referred to the tu here as the creator, saying that "Jaisi tu kare taisa ko hoye," meaning you, the creator, you ordain, you will, and the world runs according to your will. Tuj bin duja nahi koi, there is none other apart from you. Jehi tu mat de, tehi tu pave, you creatures receive what wisdom is bestowed on them. In other words, you run the world as you please. Now, this is the common standard translation, which I have had some difficulty accepting. Because if you notice, the passage is talking about what is worth doing, what is worthy of doing. Naam, that's the rahau, right? Janam janam kich lichi lije, do something profitable. And then in the first stanza, he says, words alone will not accomplish what you need to accomplish. Indeed, you will make your mind elephant-like, meaning it's conditioned. It cannot see beyond its conditioning. So suddenly to jump to the creator and say that, oh, you're the one who's really responsible for what I'm doing, because you're the one who made me and you run the world as it is. I sense that this really means this is addressing the individual tu, and it is saying that the choices you have made, jaise tu kara, have shaped your present state. Taise ko hoye. Who else but you are responsible for making these choices? Tuj bin duja nahi koi. And what you bring, the intellect, the mind that you bring to a chosen task, that is what you will get in return. Jehi tu mat de, tehi ko pave, tu ape pave, teve chalave. Your desires, your feelings are what really motivate you. I think that perhaps is an alternate way of looking at this passage. And in the end, the Guru talks about how to cultivate Naam, Rag Ratan Pariya Paravar, through the cultivation of love, through the cultivation of virtue. This which upajay amritasar, that nectar, self-awareness, self-knowledge, sprouts from that unconditional love, devotion, and virtue. Nanak karte ka eh tanamal, that is the true wealth of the Creator. Je ko bujh hai, eho bichar, that, Nanak says, is my thought. You have to discern this. In other words, you have to train the mind to become discerning. Instead of a magatal matta, you have to have a subtle. You have to have subtlety in the mind, discerning, to be able to see the whole picture, which comes from wisdom. On that note, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.